Vulcan, ready to strike. Tricera, ready to strike. Sky Raider, Serenet, pilot proceeding on board. Injecting coaxium particles. Pilot sync rate stable. Mic bridge initiated.
Obtain launch keys from 3 data terminals to restart the rocket launch. A key will periodically be generated at one of 3 data terminals. Obtain and upload the keys to launch site before Windrose.
Sereneth, off we go. Sereneth, set to disrupt enemy defense.
Optical camera offline. Objective, secure and submit keys to the central launch site.
Let's go get the key.
Hurricane, coming in to draw enemy fire.
Woken, ready to pick off some stragglers.
Energy low. Stabilizing.
Aquila, ready to provide aerial cover.
Weapon not ready. Initiating ejection sequence. Enemy down.
Let's go get the key.
I did not unmute myself. I did that again. All right, we are in the game. I guess nobody got.
Coming in to draw
Who-
enemy fire.
So I guess somebody got the objective, but at the same time,
Let's go get the key.
they got shot down. Trying to snag the objective. I do have it. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of energy.
Let's go get the key.
I'm just hiding right over here. I'm going to be a little hard to get when I'm just right in this little area, I think. And we are uploading successfully. So the plan is, after a practice round, I'm going to be going into some Mashmak.
I truly feel pity for you.
Let's get our energy back. I said, let's get our energy back. The Panther is so weird. He just runs in and, like, gets somebody, and then he just, like, runs off. He doesn't try to finish anybody off.
Coming in to draw enemy fire.
I'm gonna try to land and get my energy back.
Let's go get the key.
Alright, I can snag it from here. Somebody interrupted me there. Turning on my jammer. I got it.
Let's go get the key.
Definitely low enough that they could easily finish me
I
off.
truly feel pity for you.
No one can repair on our side, unfortunately.
Aquila, ready to provide aerial cover.
Too late, too late, too late. We got it already secured. Sometimes I wonder if I should just, like, strategically go down so I can kind of, like, heal myself. Because, like, if I die right when the fight starts, then, you know, like, I'll be useless, basically. Okay, so the fight, I believe I will respawn in time for the fight, hopefully. Maybe, yeah, like, maybe I should have just, like, blown myself up or, like, you know, just went in and let somebody take me out because, I mean, do I really want to go to the fight with such low condition?
Enemy down.
So this could work in our favor. Let's see if the key has appeared yet.
Let's go get the key.
Serenade,
Okay, we're fully
set
healed.
to disrupt.
And nobody has the key yet. Let's just fly in as far as we can.
Fire control system unlocked.
Wilkin, ready to pick off some stragglers.
It's a big-ass fight in here. Holy crap. Let me back off a little bit. Wow, they all just jumped me right there. We did stop them from getting it.
Ejection sequence.
But I don't know if we're going to be able to continue. They've got some really good guys who are really good indoors. I don't know how good our team might not be very good indoors, unfortunately. Also, they do have someone who's capable of doing repairs. That's like another big problem is that we have no one on our team who's capable of
Set
doing
to
repairs.
disrupt enemy
Yeah, they
defense.
have it. And they're already on it. Okay, so let's just go to C.
Energy low.
Hurricane, coming in to draw enemy fire.
Like, unfortunately, I think their composition of strikers is better than ours, which is why we're gonna have to rely on trickery mainly.
Ready to pick off some stragglers.
Let's go get the key.
Looks like I'm gonna have to focus on fending them off of the objective right now. All right, I'm gonna get my energy back. Grabbing it, grabbing it, grabbing it, grabbing it, grabbing it. Nope, somebody nicked me right at the last moment. Grabbing it again. Turning on the jammer to make it a little bit harder.
Delivered to central launch site. Energy
Let's
low.
go get the key.
Key generates at point B. 30
All right, I'm in. This should be it right here. We should be good. The Panaka is here to try to stop me, but, you know, he has neither the speed nor the firepower to get me. Okay, so that worked. You know, I think that is a situation where I think they would have beaten us. I think that their team was a way better synergy, but I think we won because we were able to kind of sneak through the objective. I think that's exactly why we pulled that one out.
MVP.
Sereneth, when a star reaches its zenith.
Okay, so what we want to do now is we're going to try out Operation Storm, which is the Mashmak game mode, and we're going to try free-for-all. We're going to see if we can actually get some shit done here. This means I have no one to rely on except myself, but, you know, maybe that's not a bad thing. So my objective is to successfully extract from C. So I guess that's what we're going to try to do. We're going to try to, like, duke it out for C. I think the main enemy I'm concerned with would be the snipers, the two snipers. I think I'm more concerned with them than really most of the others. Mainly because my weapon has reasonable range, but it doesn't have, like, insane range.
Ready to strike.
I do not have the ability to repair, so I will need to be a little bit cautious. Like, I'll need to, you know, like, not tank damage from the enemy AI where possible. On the other hand, one of my advantages is that I do cause chip damage when I charge my plasma cannon. It does, the energy autocannon does damage to their armor, but when you charge it up, it does bypass their armor a little bit, and it does cause some direct damage to their shielding, which is nice. Looks like we have some people who are not readying up, so who knows what they're doing.
Pilot proceeding on board.
So this is the game mode that's supposed to be the big payouts. You're supposed to be able to find a lot of interesting stuff here. I feel like the only way to really verify that is to really get in there, but I haven't had the best fortune in the 3-on-3s or the 3-man team, so we're going to try solos.
Injecting coaxium particles. Pilot sync rate stable. Might bridge initiated.
Eliminate Thea's vanguard forces in various strongholds. Neutralizing enemies yields weapons or supplies. Proceed to an extraction point.
Hopefully the enemies aren't as tanky, considering we don't have the power of 3 people. That would be great. So C is all the way in the top left corner, I assume, based on the way the map is. If north is north and south is south, then I presume C is all the way in the top left corner, unless it's lying to me.
Sereneth, off we go.
Damaku says, good first game. Like, yeah, a little bit rough on combat, but, you know, we got our job done. All right, let's see where we are. So we're pretty close to where I presume C is going to be. We've got 10 minutes for the first one to appear. Learning how much I need to charge my weapons up to do damage to these guys, or to take them out in one hit, is going to be a thing. Let me turn on my radar and see if I can locate any enemies. Nothing at all, wow.
Energy low.
Alright, let's see. Where should we look? Let's go over here. Turning on my radar. Okay, we definitely got some stuff here. Lots of basic enemies, but nothing that actually is going to give us loot.
Fired from behind.
All right, there's something that gives us loot. Oh, they take way more damage. All right, so he's going to switch into his melee mode.
Unavailable.
And I'm going to stay away from him so he doesn't do that. All right, once this thing starts hovering, we're going to let him have it. Oh, it goes through it? Are you kidding me? Apparently it's not kidding me. The level 2 charge is enough to take a lot of these guys out. So we've got an enemy Welkin. I saw him looking at me over there. I was wondering what they were shooting at, to be honest. This is my claim, so we gotta defend. I gotta defend my claim. There he is, right over there. I'm gonna go ahead and let my engines recharge here. Gonna let my engines recharge. Radar is on, so I can keep track of him. I need to get a little closer because my my tracking isn't quite where it needs to be on the... There we go. See, we are... Once we get hits on him, we will get through his armor. Which is one of the advantages that Sereneth has.
Stabilizing.
He tried right there. He tried. We're slowly whittling him down. I see him over there. We almost have him out of here. He's going inside the tunnel, though. That's a good spot for him. I don't think I can pursue him any farther than that. I'm not going to go into the tunnel to risk it. All right, so we demonstrated that our ranged capability is good enough to fend off a Welkin. That was probably an enemy sniper. It could have also just been a basic enemy. You know, we're taking a lot of enemies out here, but there's not a lot of enemies that actually give loot. All right, I think we secured this area. Not that it really matters, but off we go. Like, we need loot is the problem. I need something a little better than what I've got. Let's check this area out. Basically, I'm just looking at the radar for anything that looks like it could be a sign of a building. Okay, so some of these guys are more fragile than I thought. And I don't need to charge it all the way up. Okay, there's a boss. That's what we want to see. Actually, there's some loot over here. Let me grab this stuff before people start taking my crap. Oh god, he's coming in with the, like, big attacks. Yeah, the enemies are much more fragile, I guess, to compensate for the fact that, you know, like, this is the one-player mode or something like that. Like, so they, you know, they can't be as strong as normal. This is a heavy sniper cannon. Unfortunately, we do not have the correct ammo types to actually make it do something good. Looks like a sniper took out an enemy sniper, for better or for worse. Okay, so that looked like a player sniper's attack, but it was not. Good to know. Heavy ballistic ammo. That's for the weapon we're using.
Corite extractor deployed. Corite pulse storm imminent.
Let's drop this and we'll take that.
Incoming Corite pulse storm. Clear.
Destroying all this stuff is kind of useless at this point. I mean, I already have my point goals.
Steer clear.
It's just kind of fun to do it, though. Use the big shot to destroy that cargo.
Steer clear.
This looks worth destroying. All right, we found some more cargo over here. Let's see what we got. This whole area has cargo in it. Standard ammo.
Incoming Corite pulse storm. Steer clear.
Just kind of more of the same stuff here. Let's just keep looking. Okay, we're getting closer to the storm. Let's loot what we can here, and then we got to get away from the storm. Yep, there's a minor upgrade we can make in quality of gear there.
Steer clear.
Taking all these crummy guys out. We're gonna need repairs pretty soon. But I'm not seeing anything. I know I can call one in. I think I can call one in. Let me see.
Steer clear.
Yeah, aren't I able to call a repair station in? I don't know how often I can do that, but I know I can do it. Okay, first, let's knock out these big-ass things. Nothing we want from that. This one's a small upgrade. We'll take it. This looked I don't know why we destroyed it, but we got something for destroying it. There's some ammo over there. We might be able to find some ammo for our the heavy cannon we got earlier. That might be a player. It's not. Where's heavy ballistic ammo? Okay, so we got the that's the ammo type we use. So someone was already waiting for A. That's fine, I suppose. It kind of feels like fighting all these guys is useless. Like, it doesn't really do anything.
Incoming Corite pulse storm. Steer clear.
Okay, we're out of the storm.
Incoming Corite pulse storm. Steer
Like, they keep giving me the notice. It's driving me nuts. They keep saying, like, oh, by the way, the storm, the storm. So B is on the other side of the world. And, okay, that looks like that is, I don't know what that is, but that is definitely an enemy striker, the way it's flying. I mean, if we get shot down, we don't actually have anything particularly interesting. Like, we're not exactly holding on to any particularly unique weapons or anything, so it kind of doesn't matter too much. I kind of want to be in the middle of the map, and the reason for that is because wherever C appears, because, like, that's our mission objective. They want us to extract that C. You know, I don't know where C is going to be, right? Wait, what did I just do? Since I don't know where C is going to be, I want to make sure that, wait, here we go. Turn off. There we go. Basically, I want to be in the middle of the map so that no matter what direction C appears from, I'm kind of like halfway to it regardless. That's an enemy striker. That's a Welkin based on that long protruding cannon. Which tells me that's probably the guy we fought earlier. I mean, he wasn't bad, even though we outranged him and we fended him off pretty well. He was a pretty calm guy. Like, he didn't feel panicked by what was going on. All right, 2 minutes until C appears. Let's see if we can go into, I don't know, maybe one of these tunnels is a good place to go. Big shot coming in on that. That'll take those out. Or it should, at least. Yeah. Takes those guys out. So this is kind of the middle area. I should be able to exit to any gate I want from here. Here's some ammo. There we go. Heavy ammo type. That's for our main gun. Unfortunately, I'm not very familiar with this gun, so even if we get an opportunity to use it, I probably won't be very accurate with it. We just found a repair station. That's something we want. We're just going to top off. I mean, why not? The second level of charge, or the first level of charge, I should say, has been pretty good against these guys. Like, there's no need to charge it all the way up, it seems, depending on their strength level. All right, so B is up. I wonder how quickly B is going to disappear. Oh, wow, somebody went down. Okay, so one of the Welkin took out another melee type. That's interesting. All right, in 30 seconds, our exit... It kind of feels like I'm on the highway. You know, on the highway, you're waiting like, okay, you know, like, exit, like, 2B or something like that. Like, that's kind of what it feels like. All right, so I'm inside of here, and what I'm going to do is I will take the direction that leads to the next one. That's going to be the goal.
Preparing extraction.
Okay, so it's this way. Looks like if we take this pathway out, we should be able to get there. And it's going to be there in about 4 minutes. We've got plenty of time for that. We should be fine. Now, we might not be fine when we get there. When we get there, you know, there could be other people who are like, hey, where do you think you're going?
Incoming Corite pulse storm. Steer clear.
I saw a blue laser whiz by. I don't think any player strikers use a blue laser as a weapon, so...
Steer clear.
If we see any targets of opportunity, I'm going to take them out. Like, what's this thing over here? Let me charge my shot up and just blow this up real fast. Maybe we can get a little more loot out of that. Unfortunately, it didn't drop any loot. Oh, what's this crazy thing? Gonna let him have it with everything I've got to take him out. Got some last-minute loot, it seems. Man, I'd love just to have some peace and quiet to just examine what I got here. Looks like it's nothing super interesting. I don't know, those seem more important. Let's take a weapon as well. And, that's fine. We got 2 minutes before our exit. I'm just going to go ahead and top off. I mean, even though I want every percentage, of armor I can get. So we're going to go ahead and top off. Most people like to fly through the air, so I kind of want to go on the ground, because I feel like that's a little stealthier. All right, we got a minute and a half before the extraction. This is our exit. We have to fight for this exit, because, like, if we do it, then we complete our bonus objective. Oh, that's a shotgun. This thing has very little ammo, though, so... We've got a minute. A Tricera, interesting. So he's got some kind of a high energy, it has like a certain amount of armor penetration, which is annoying. I got him with my claw right now, so it's going to be very hard for him to hit me. Now I'm going to back off. Locating him. Okay, he's below me. Gonna charge my shit up again. Okay, I saw him for a split second. There he is. He's getting whittled down by some of the random enemies. I can't let them sneak the thing while I'm busy. Somebody snuck it while I was busy. Oh, very sad face. Now none of us get out. As much as I would like to go find that Tricera, I need to wait for my enhanced radar to come out. I need to locate him. There he is. Oh, that's not good. Let me see if I can locate them. Okay, there. Those are the decoys. Those are not the real ones. Okay, there's no reason to fight for this anymore, so let's back up. Wait, we're going into the storm. We can't go into the storm. Alright, let's see what our situation is. D is really far away, wow. Great for the people who are already in that area, but I don't know if we can make it there in 3 minutes. I don't think we can do that. Maybe we can. I mean, 10,000 meters in 2 minutes? So, the Tricera just got knocked out. He got knocked out by a sniper. I feel like the snipers are still very dominant in this game mode, which is a little bit annoying. Even the Tricera, the weapon system it was using was a sniping-style weapon. So even though it itself was not a sniper, it was using a sniping weapon, which appears to be like I don't know what they need to do to kind of like help with that, but it definitely seems to be an issue, if you ask me, that, like, the long-range weapons are, like, really dominant.
Stabilizing.
We might be able to make it. Unfortunately, I don't have the armor in order to really contest it. Like, my best bet is to kind of sneak in and snatch it.
Energy low. Stabilizing.
What's very likely to happen is we're just going to get, like, randomly... Someone's just going to see us randomly and snipe me. That's most likely what will happen. We're making good time. We actually might make it in time. I didn't think we could, but we got a minute left and it's 3,000 meters away. I think we actually have that. Ugh, of course it's raining again. Hopefully I don't lose power. Those look like normal enemies. I don't think that's a concern. Okay, there's an Elise here. That is a concern. Oh, he's got armor, of course. And then let me guess, he's going to get his shit back. Another Elise is here? Oh, he swiped me with it. So, like, everybody was basically waiting for D. Wait, what? I'm playing as, like... Oh, so I can come back in? Oh, you can redeploy? I didn't know you could do that.
Extraction point D is ready.
Where is D, though? All right, D is right over here. Okay, so if you get knocked out, it's not game over. They're both out of armor. That's hilarious. He's going to try to escape, so I'm going to try to stop him there. I'm going to try to escape. Damn, he interrupted me. Somebody got it. Oh my god. I'm not sure who got it, but somebody got it. How annoying is that?
Incoming core pulse. Steer clear.
Preparing.
All right, let me get all my stuff back. All right, so this giant storm is cutting us off, unfortunately, so we need to fly in between the storms. We got 4 minutes.
Incoming core pulse.
Damn, I got to go the long way around this big old storm here, unfortunately.
Energy low.
So I think that was a Narukami that pegged me right there. It wasn't a full charge shot. So it also could have been an Aquila. Both are possible.
Energy low.
Get my energy back. 3 minutes? Yeah, we can get there in 3 minutes. I'm pretty confident we can do that in 3 minutes.
You are leaving the combat zone. Energy low.
We're a little too close to the storm, but I really need
You are
to
leaving
clear
the
it.
combat zone.
So annoying that we're in this extremely mountainous area.
Heads up. New core pulse storm detected.
Oh my god, I'm gonna get disconnected because I can't escape. I wasn't actually in the storm, though. That's so annoying. Like, I was right on the edge of it. Like, you could see on the mini-map that I wasn't actually inside the storm. Okay, let me use this.
New core pulse storm detected.
Can I... Okay, I can call it in pretty soon. Maybe I can use this opportunity to... Man, we're running out of time, though. The problem is this fat-ass mountain is just in the way. I need to clear this fat-ass mountain. That's like, that's what's killing me right now.
Incoming Corite pulse storm. Steer clear. Strike
Okay.
switching to boarding mode.
Is this a battle royale? It's an extraction game mode. Oh, we're going right into it. That's not good. Maybe it's a small one, though, so I might be able to just get out.
Control system unlocked.
Let me just use full thrust to just see if we can get out. We still can't get out. But I was out of it, out of the map. Like, you could see on the mini-map, I wasn't inside of it. Like, right now, I'm in between the storms. I am not inside of it. Like, you could see on the mini-map.
Steer clear.
What happens when you don't exit? You just lose. Like, it'll probably just be like, you got, like, left behind. Okay, we have to escape this area. The problem is this fat-ass storm was blocking us off. Fortunately, we seem to be invulnerable. I don't know how, like, a normal human being is like, oh, yeah, no problem. Unless maybe the Corite only affects, like, electronics or something.
Extraction point E is ready.
I feel like the rate of expansion of the storm is just slightly slower than my top speeds. But there's another storm emerging right in front of us too. Like, it's a brand new storm system. Well, I mean, if it doesn't hurt us, then what if I just fly through it anyways? Like, there's like no difference. Okay, so somebody took E. So yeah, that's what happens. When somebody takes E, it just ends the game. So, let me see. What do we get? Neutralize troop ships. God, you barely get any points for it, too. I mean, like, my current opinion on Mashmak is I think it's kind of boring. Like, it's just really dull. Like, there are moments where it's tense. Sure, like, when you're in these, like, standoffs with enemies, it can be very tense. The thing, though, is that it's like, okay, let me make a graph. Let me make a graph. This is how I'll describe Mashmak. Where's my... And let me bring Photoshop out. I'll make a graph for you guys. So, the way I would describe Mashmak is... Get my paintbrush tool out. Where's my paintbrush tool at? Here it is. Okay. So here is our graph. And this will be time. Oh, that's ugly. This will be fun. This is basically how it feels. It's kind of like this. And then it goes like this. And then it goes like this. And then it's kind of like this. And then it goes back like this. And then at the very end, it kind of goes like this. That's how I feel about Mashmak. It's dull, 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 dull. Then this is like a battle. Like this is a battle right here. Or this is a a PvP. This is PvE. This is PvE. And then this is the finale. So that's basically how I feel about Mashmak. It's boring when you're fighting the basic enemies. That is not fun because the basic enemies, they don't put up any fight. Most of them don't give you any rewards. You're just kind of shooting them and killing them. Then you have like a duel with like a player in this section. So basically, first, this is really boring stuff. You know, it's just like, you know, we're in the phase of just grinding out the enemies. It's not very fun. Like I would much rather play something else. Then you've got up here, this would be dueling against an enemy player. Like that was pretty intense. Like you know, I'm paying a lot of attention. Then when the skirmish ends, you're back to this, and then you're back to it's just really dull. It's like you know, just like I said, the enemies are not exciting to fight. Then you're back over here, and you know, this would be like another little minor skirmish. You know, just kind of shooting at each other. It's not really a duel. It's kind of like a multi-tango. Then you're going back to, you know, this was the part where, remember, I was in the middle of the map. So this was basically when we were waiting for C to appear. This is basically the part where we were waiting for C. Like, I was just inside that tunnel just waiting because it wasn't very interesting. And then the finale, really the finale for me was not the ending part. It was the showdown for, C. Remember I had to fight the Tricera at C? That was the most intense part there, trying to fight for C. So like that's kind of how I feel about Mashmak overall. It's boring when it's boring. It's fun when it's fun. But let's not forget that overall, this was about 35 minutes. That was about 35 minutes long. So, like, overall, like, that's what I feel about Mashmak. Like, I think it's it's a little bit, it has its moments, but it's kind of boring. And unfortunately, it's the most rewarding game mode, because if you do bring home stuff, you get to bring a lot of stuff back. And, I don't know. Let's try it again, though, I guess. I'll try to be more vocal about it. Like, I will tell you a little more of my inner thoughts, because I often don't share my inner thoughts when something is going on. Ostropid says he's never liked Battle Royales. That's pretty much how they all go. It really depends. Like, in Fortnite, the battles are very intense, typically, because there's like 100 players. There's a whole bunch of enemies, and then you either get eliminated very early, or you make it through, like one or the other. But in this, there really aren't that many enemies. So I need to destroy a drilling rig. The problem is I don't know what a drilling rig looks like. Like, yeah, let's do this again. We'll use Serenith again.
Ready to strike.
The other thing is, in this game mode, you're definitely kind of afraid to die, because if you die, you lose all your stuff. Whereas in Fortnite, I mean, you want to win, but if you lose, who cares? Just start another game up. You know, you don't really lose it. You don't lose anything for losing in Fortnite, except the only thing you lose in Fortnite for losing is not winning. Whereas in this, your goal is to try to escape with the cargo. Another thing that annoys me is, like, I feel like there's not a lot of diversity in this mode. I mean, we saw a Narukami, we saw, I think there were at least 2 Aquilas, we saw 2 Elise Nezes, And then we fought a Tricera, and the Tricera was armed with a pair of, like, basically beam rifles. And the beam rifles mimic a sniper, like, kind of like a DMR-like weapon. So it's just like, it doesn't feel like there's a lot of diversity because the main weapon system that's effective is like a strong long-range weapon. Like, we saw some amount of melee, but none of them, I don't think they were the ones who were going to dominate. Like, I think they were just kind of surviving. And we saw those Elise Nezes were just hiding inside the base. They were just hiding in the hangar.
Pilot sync rate stable. Mind bridge initiated.
Eliminate Thea's vanguard forces in various strongholds. Neutralizing enemies yields weapons or supplies. Proceed to an extraction point once it's ready.
Yeah, okay, so those locations are not the extraction points. I think they're completely random. The thing you lose in Fortnite is your pride when a 10-year-old wrecks you after they built a skyscraper in a second, says Ostrupen. I mean, that's like a mind over matter thing. Like, if some 10-year-old defeats me, like, that doesn't bother me. Like a 10-year-old who beats me, like, maybe that's, like, the only game that he plays. And he wins because, like, he just plays that day in and day out, so he has crazy amounts of practice in it. If he played a game that I was familiar with, maybe I would own him there.
And obtain supplies.
So, like, that's like a mind over matter thing. Okay, so this is where the extraction point was previously. Like, basically, like, in this battle, there have been some... I mean, I'm not going to say there weren't, like, intense battles at times, but the thing is... they're kind of far and few in between. He's changing into his melee mode. I'm going to bomb this guy over here just to get him out of here. Grab this stuff. Oh my god, these guys with these, like, hardened shields. Wait, does that go through both of the floors? Oh, interesting. Concentrating fire to knock this guy out. Okay, they brought in a troop carrier. He's switching into his melee mode. That felt like the... okay, that was an actual... that was a real attack from a real striker. Oh my god, my engines are out. Let me see if I can locate him. Yeah, okay, he's over there. Let me see if I can locate him again. Looks like he has backed off. Otherwise, I would have detected him, or he's just barely out of my range as well. That's also a possibility. Nope, he's right there. Let me see if I can locate him again. Okay, there he's on top of that. There he is. Okay, he's backing off. So am I. Searching. I don't see him. Okay, there he is. Oh, he got me even with the radar jammer.
Initiating ejection sequence.
I probably needed to activate it a little bit longer, but we can come in and try to deal with them.
Striker ready. Switching to boarding mode. Entering combat.
Maybe I should just be playing Falcon, like a character that's capable of just,
Fire control system unlocked.
detecting stealth units?
Fire from front.
Looking for him. I don't see him anywhere, though. I think he left. So this goes back, so this is going to go, once again, going back to what I'm illustrating. So we had a PvP battle, but the PvP battle was like heavily at my disadvantage just because, you know, he discovered me first. And I don't even know why I'm fighting here anymore. There's no loot here to be had or anything. And now we're going to go back into the boring phase of the game where I'm just either going to be traveling or I'm going to be just fighting a bunch of enemies who don't really matter. Basically, I'm currently in the phase of the game that I'll refer to as searching for fun. Like, there's no more fun to be had at that last area because all the loot is gone, and there's no more enemies. So,
Weapon not ready.
there's no fun to be had in that area. So now I need to go search for a new place to have fun in. So now we're in the part of the graph that, you know, goes downwards, and it's not like that PvP battle was particularly satisfying either. At least in the battle with the Welkin, while I did have an advantage on the Welkin, I didn't destroy him. You know, I didn't pursue him into the, because that was an area of his advantage, so he was able to, like, fight back more effectively. Even if ultimately he wasn't able to, like, really do a whole lot, that did not feel like, the damage that did was not player-level damage. So that was definitely a just a beam shot from one of the enemy AI.
Large core extractor dismantled.
All right, so we're looking for a new area with enemies to fight. One of the things is, like, you don't get anything for really losing either. If you don't win, you get nothing. Like, that's like another thing that's very demotivating. Is the fact that, like, you know, you could play for like 30 minutes, and what did I get for the 30 minutes? I got like 60 something, like 160-ish tokens, mission tokens. even in Fortnite, if you lose, you can actually still earn a lot depending on if you did your challenges. If you got your challenges done in the middle of a Fortnite match, you would still walk away with like a good. You could get more from losing where you completed challenges than you could from winning without completing challenges in Fortnite. All right, so it looks like there's a building just up here. I'm in the restricted zone. Maybe we'll find something interesting here. I think you can understand, chat. Like right now, like this is not what I would consider like particularly exciting. Like, you know, I'm not like, wow, I'm having the time of my life right now. Like, I'm just looking for an area to actually get something done in. I mean, we did opportunistically take out one of those. And, like, these guys, I mean, sure, I'll kill them. They're here, I'll shoot them. But none of these guys are going to give me loot. This place wound up being nothing. So A is on the other side of the map. I'm probably just going to ignore A. You know what? What if we don't? What if we just fight for every single... Oh, wait. Here we go. One of these things are here. I don't know how much it matters that it's here, but we'll grab it. So what was the point of destroying that? I didn't get any loot or anything. Okay, there's another one. I see the red beam. Okay, we destroyed that using the main artillery cannon. Once again, it didn't have any loot for us.
Warning. You are leaving the combat zone.
Really?
Warning.
So I can't fly over this mountain? This mountain is out of bounds? The most unfortunate thing about this is if I wind up not really enjoying Mashmak, we have the issue that this is the mode where you get all of the collectible items to sell. And if the grind for the collectible items is not very fun, then like then I'm not going to want to do it. And I'm not saying they need to get rid of this mode. I mean, there's obviously people who really enjoy extraction shooters. So far, I am not seeing the appeal, though. Now, maybe someone might say, this is a bad example of an extraction shooter. I have no idea. This is the first time I've played an extraction game mode. And I mean, in all of this exploration I've done, I haven't found really anything that drops loot, aside from the very beginning. I really want to minimize the amount of enemy attacks, because like people are going to see those lights coming in. Another thing is, I don't understand the objectives. I need to destroy a drilling rig? Well, I don't even know what a drilling rig is. It doesn't mark the objective on the map. I don't know, it doesn't show me what it looks like, so I have no idea what a drilling rig is. Apparently it's not these things. I mean, I destroyed those just because I could. That's an enemy falcon. Oh, I think that's the DLC falcon. We got the Falcon. That's a lot of that's just due to the fact that he's such a lightly armored enemy. I got him with the cable. He's confused. He doesn't know what to do because of the cable. This might stop him from respawning. I think if you execute someone, it stops them from respawning. Let me tell you that. Someone got A, unfortunately, while we were duking it out with them. I mean, I guess I'll take their shit. Maybe that's the strategy, is instead of, like, trying to farm your own shit, you just fight other people and take their shit. I have no idea.
Preparing extraction point B.
Even though we're in pretty good shape, like there's no reason not to, you know, let's just top off. Looking for enemies. There's an enemy Falcon. I think I don't care about that though. I think it's okay that there's an enemy Falcon there. Wait, that's a... No, that's a boss. And a Falcon. There's a lot of people here on the beach. I was not expecting so many enemies on the beach. That was not a player's beam cannon? Okay, this area has a ton of annoying guys here. Lots of defensive units here. I'm clearing the area out for better or for worse. I say that because maybe I want some enemy interference when I'm trying to get something done.
Target required.
Wonderful. Now I got this guy on me. Okay, there he is over there. Good to know.
Weapon not ready.
Gonna go and land. Scanning again to see if I can detect him. I cannot detect him. Okay, I see the boss is obviously fighting something, so that means there's somebody there. Scanning again.
Energy low.
Okay, we got the boss. The problem is that we are likely to get attacked by either the Falcon or the Stellaris.
Not ready.
That's an Elise. He's re-armoring. Stellaris seems like he's got a huge advantage on this map. Oh, Welkin. Wow, the entire party is here. Scanning. The only thing we picked up was Welkin there. I'm so low on armor that there's like, all they'll have to do is yeah, I'm so low on armor I can't contest inside of a building. I'm not gonna go for this one. The problem is that it's inside of a building, which is not a great place for me. Right, let's back off.
Energy low.
So we just went through that area. That part was like okay. It was kind of fun, you know. It was like I didn't hate it. It wasn't exactly exhilarating, but I didn't hate it. So now we're going to move into one of the boring phases of the fight where we're once again looking for something to do.
Preparing extraction points.
Scanning. Nothing. That is definitely... So the enemies are shooting at it. That is definitely... It's very small, so I think it's a Falcon.
Stabilizing.
So it's basically like we just fight for every extraction point from this point onwards. On the higher difficulty, there's only 2 extraction points. Like, that is crazy if you ask me. Only 2 extraction points on the higher difficulties. Gonna scan to see what we can find. Jammed his missiles there. I'm probably going to get hit while I'm not noticing people. Scanning. Nothing on radar. I got to flick it on and off, basically, in order to... On again. Oh, someone's right over here. There he is. Jamming his missiles.
Stabilizing.
Scanning. Out of my range again. Scanning. Nothing. Okay, he must have backed off. I don't think he likes the fight because I'm able to jam his missiles. Scanning. I detected some basic enemies, but no strikers. Scanning. More basic strikers are in there. What I'm doing is I'm kind of looking at the map. Okay, that's dead. That must have been a Narukami. Yeah, that's probably the same one that got me earlier. So we've got a minute before this wakes up. I'm not in a position to really do a head-to-head fight. Well, here's what I'm kind of waiting for. I'm waiting for some of the other strikers to arrive and start, like, skirmishing for the objective. Scanning. Okay, everyone is backed off, surprisingly. I guess what's going to happen is everyone is going to swoop back in at the very last minute. What do these do? Fluid armor regen, energy regen, fluid armor. Okay, so this charges my armor. Interesting. So if you need to get your armor back, you can go near a crystal. So the Narukami is right over there. That's actually a pretty good advantage that this striker has. Being able to, like, scan for people at a distance. Scanning again. Lost track of him. Or he's in stealth mode. That's also a possibility. Scanning.
Extraction point C is ready.
Okay, everyone is making their move for C. So I'm probably just going to provide support. Like, basically, I'm just going to harass anyone who tries to make it through.
Engine active.
Scanning. Okay, he's right over there. I'm just trying to screw him over. He screwed me over. Now I'm trying to screw him over. I got him. Get out of my sight, asshole.
Target repairing extraction fire from front.
Nope, he's gonna get me. That's fine. I mean, our health was so low. All we wanted to do was stop him from getting it. I just wanted to stop him. Like, he came in and, like, ruined my fight, and I'm just like, no, I'm just gonna ruin your fight now. There you go. That was, like, my only objective. I'm clipped inside of a building. I'm inside of a building right now. What the hell? Yeah, I'm inside of a building. I can barely move around.
Point C cleared.
Let me see if I can summon my striker outside. Okay, I can summon my striker outside.
Striker ready. Switching to boarding mode. Entering combat zone. Fire control system unlocked.
Okay, so D is all the way over there, I guess. There's that Narukami again. Scanning. He's right down there.
Weapon not ready.
I'm just gonna wait here for a moment. There he is.
Fire from right.
Scanning.
Weapon not ready.
I don't see him anymore. Scanning. There he is. Nope, that's a drone. He's taking too much damage. God, his stealth is just always available. Got him. Get the fuck out of my sight. Can I get an execution here? I couldn't get the execution. I just wanted to kill him. That's all I cared about. I just want him dead. I just want him out of this damn game. Goddamn snipers pissed me off so much.
Stabilizing.
Okay, if we kill this thing, we can get some loot. Let's take this out. I mean, I don't know why we're doing it. Like, I guess I get points for it. Not that the points matter, because I've already got my weekly Mashmak total. There's no way we're going to make it to D. I've been, like, messing around too much. MC Gamer says the drill and the purple storms on the map. Yeah, there's not a lot left. Like, the storms have consumed most of the... That might have been a player attack. Look at all this shit here. I mean, I'm destroying these and I'm getting mission points, but like I already have my mission point quota, so I really don't. Oh, this is something I want. I want this. Want this. Let me turn on my jamming device before they like screw me over. Let me grab another one just in case. Be fat. I'm gonna grab as many as I can. Yeah, the drills cause the storms. Once they drill enough, it causes a storm. Everyone is just concerned with trying to get out right now, though. I mean, I've got 773 mission points, which is not awful. So if you just wanted to get your weekly quota... Okay, so E isn't that far away. This is it. We have to get E or we are going to get left behind. It's E or it's nothing. That's the situation. It's E or it's nothing. Scanning. There's the 2 extractors nearby, but that's about it. A bunch of little chumpy guys firing at me. We've got 3 minutes, so let's go and grab some of this loot. This looks like an enemy striker. Scanning. Aside from those drills, I don't really see anything else. So it's right down there in that... kind of in that ravine. But it's not going to be active until 3 minutes. And every bastard in the entire game is about to get out of here. Like, every bastard is about to, like, exit the... Oh, I detected something. It's a Liznez. Do I really want to fight a Liznez? I guess I do. My armor penetration gives me an advantage. Scanning. His armor is down. Let me break off a little bit. Scanning. Nothing on the radar. So they got away, or they pushed further away. There's Narukami. I feel like he is facing towards me. An aerial sniper knocked out an Liznez. That might have been the one that I was on. Scanning. That's obviously his decoys. Scanning. That was something there. I don't want to scan too long, though. I don't want to put it on cooldown. Scanning. Narukami is over there. Aquila is over there. Interesting. Not really in the mood to fight Aquila. Unlike the others, Aquila has a lot more armor, so it takes a lot longer for me to bring him down, whereas the lighter ones, the armor penetration is pretty nasty. So Narukami has his drones, or his decoys, are directly on the extraction point. Not sure why. It's not available for another scanning. Okay, there's something coming closer. Scanning again. Is it under me? Okay, Aquila is underneath me. Scanning. Everything is out of range, surprisingly. But this is what I'm worried about. I'm worried that the Aquila is going to leave over there. Oh, what's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? There's Aquila. Here's what we want to do. We don't want to get detected by him. We want him to start fighting somebody else. There he is again. All right, who's going for it? Oh my god, somebody extracted right off the bat. Okay, it was probably the Narukami. He was probably just, like, literally sitting on top of it. So everybody will have the same idea, except for the one person who extracted. So this was a 34-minute match. Let's see what rewards we get for spending basically an hour. We've done 2 games, so we've spent an hour of our time doing this. We get 78 mission tokens for basically basically almost 40 minutes spent, and we got 78 mission tokens. Maybe the tokens are related to the points that we get. So what if we just focus farming? That's what I'm going to do this time. I'm just going to try farming okay, no, 156. I mean, that's still not very much. Like, you would get way more from doing Operation Verge. Let's try again, but this time I'm going to start farming the shit out of enemies to see if I can get a bunch of tokens. I'm just going to go around farming the shit out of tokens. That's going to be the play. And we'll see, like, how many tokens we need like 400 mission tokens. We need like 400 mission tokens for a 30-minute match to really be worth it. So far, we've been playing Mashmak for like over an hour, and we've got very little to show for it. Like, as far as how rewarding is this game mode, the answer so far is not very rewarding. Lots of time spent, not a lot to show for it. Destroy medium chloride extractors, that should be an easy one. I know exactly what a medium chloride extractor looks like, and we probably destroyed 6 of them last game. My current opinion on Mashmak is that it's boring. Like, I don't find it... It's boring and it's not rewarding. That's my current opinion on Mashmak. Now, I'm willing to be proven wrong. I'm willing to change my mind. But that's currently how I feel about it. I feel like it is boring and not rewarding. Like, basically, if I would be having way more fun doing like an hour and 40 minutes of Operation Verge, but Mashmak is apparently where all of the good rewards are. Try maximum difficulty. The problem on max difficulty, I would assume, is that all the enemy strikers are going to have like crazy powerful loadouts and stuff. You also still need to extract, like, you know, even if I find like a treasure box, I would still need to get away with it. I'd still need to like, and there's only 2 extractions on maximum difficulty. I mean, maybe if I had the rockets, I could like put some of the stuff away in the rockets or something, but I haven't even completed a single secondary objective yet. So like, I can't even buy a new rocket because I don't have any of the matrix points, because I don't even know how to complete the secondary objectives. Are like go extract on extraction C. Oh, easier said than done. Easier said than done. All right, let's try. Okay, so we've got a red objective here, so maybe there's something decent here. This is the drilling rig. Okay, so now we know what the drilling rig looks like. These weird, like, flying saucer UFO things are so strange. Good. That was rude. What's probably going to happen is I'm going to get interrupted by, like, a bunch of jerks. They're going to come up and be like, hey, guys, what are you doing over here? Okay, let's get some loot. We got the beam autocannon. This had a whole bunch of stuff in it. This had a little bit of this and that. Those crazy, like, pizza pies of doom are gonna actually take me out at this rate. Gonna hit that thing really hard. Every time my main artillery recharges, I'm gonna hit that. All right, my artillery is ready. This thing is almost down. There's no way it survives this one. 120 points for the drilling rig. What do I get for destroying it? Pretty interesting stuff overall. Of course, I'm so low on armor that there's a good chance they'll just someone will just sweep in and kill me. Scanning. Really? All right, we trashed this place really good. Like, we just, like, obliterated this place. I don't know. I don't know what any of these do. So we'll just grab what we got. We really need some, we need, like, a repair bay. But those are so uncommon, like, I don't even know where to look for them. So there's another drilling rig over here. I mean, I know some of the stuff I need to do is I need to buy some of the support equipment, but I can't afford any of these support equipment. So what is this weapon? Okay, it fires basically a laser. That looked like that was definitely a striker. There's a Lumine in there. That's a weird choice. A solo Lumine. Scanning. He's right over there. I see. So he's going to use the drones on me. Not a bad strategy, actually. Not a bad strategy, considering that he can basically fly for an unlimited amount of time. Like, I could see that being a working strategy. All right, let's just try it again.
Switching to boarding mode. Entering combat zone. Fire control system unlocked.
Scanning. Don't see him anywhere nearby. Let's just go back and fight him again. Mainly because, I mean, like I said, I get really bored of not having anything to fight in this game mode.
Weapon not
Okay, he's right in there. Let's just go fight him again, because I'm looking for some damn entertainment in here. Panther is up there. I need to land, which I will right now. The problem is that he's going to be able to just repair himself. Good hit there, but he's going to repair. One of my advantages is that he does have to come to me. He's taking a lot of damage. Wow, I'm surprised that I'm surprised I was able to get him. I'll just take all my shit back, I guess. Thank you for my shit back. I'm not sure what went wrong for him there. I feel like Lumine would normally win that matchup. I mean, his armor is a bit thin, and the fully charged plasma shots are quite nice, but still a little surprised. Okay, so, whoa, it's lagging, it's lagging, it's lagging, it's lagging, it's lagging. Alright, so here's our new objective. Let's start searching for those Corite extractors. Last time we found a bunch of them on the beach, so let's head towards the beach. You know what would make this mode funner is if instead of having one objective to do, what if you had a whole bunch of little objectives to do? So you had kind of a shopping list of things to do? That would be way more fun, I think. Because like I said, the main problem I have with this game mode is like I'm just trying to look for things to do. Alright, so we got one of the pulse extractors we needed. We need 5 more of those. You know, no one is going to that objective way, way in the northeast, the Leapstone Island. Let's go over there. Assuming we can do it before the storm begins to consume the area. Scanning. Nothing interesting. Well, there is the Cliffside Harbor. That looks like a big structure. There's got to be enemies at this place. There's got to be enemies here. Got to be enemies here.
Energy low. Stabilizing.
Ah, here we go.
Corite extractor deployed. Corite pulse storm.
This is a large, unfortunately. We need a smaller one. We need the medium. Oh, that one's still counted? Okay. Or maybe I misinterpreted it. That's also possible. Someone has been here already. There's like loot. Scanning. There's a boss here. Good to know. There's an enemy Inferno here. I feel like our matchup against Inferno is okay. He's really out of range here, so I think that's okay. We're just going to stay out of his range, I think. Gonna jam his attacks. Down he goes. I don't want to stay here too long before that Inferno comes back, so let's get out of here. So, like, that wasn't, like, you know, that's an example of, like, if I was the Inferno player, I'd be like, damn, that was bullshit. This guy just came in and, like, kicked my ass because he's got, like, an advantage on me. He's, like, the wrong type. Like, that wasn't really a very fair fight for him, either. Which seems to be the name of the game here. It's like, you're lucky if you get a relatively fair fight. This is probably the wrong game mode if you're looking for a fair fight, but, you know, I kind of, that's kind of what I am looking for. I'm kind of looking for, like, you know, like, it's not, it's not very, I don't have a lot of fun when I just sweep in and kill somebody. He had no real ability to fight back or anything. But I didn't find that to be a particularly interesting exchange. Scanning? Why is there so much empty space in these maps? Like, these wilderness areas have nothing in them. All right, let's go to this outpost. So there are two Hurricane pilots here. Looks like there's also a Stellaris. Scanning. There's definitely stuff here. Big shot on him. They're not dead yet? Really? That's Illuminate. Wonderful. Scanning. Not in an aggressive pursuit. It's safe to assume Luminae is at full armor condition, considering that it's able to self-repair very easily. So I'm in the middle of nowhere, and yet I'm still running into enemies. I kind of feel like, well, what are people doing over? Oh, he's right over here. It's a Welkin. I guess he's gonna come after me. I mean, I don't think it's a good idea. I wouldn't do it. Causing a lot of damage to him. Let me see if I can get that Corite extractor real fast. Big shot on the Corite extractor. Once my radar recharges, I will scan again to see if I can find anything. Nothing. So, we're having fun. I can't believe I'm having trouble finding the Corite extractors, of all things. How many strikers deploy into this game mode? I'm just trying to find a place to farm. Okay, we got him. There's a Corite storm over there. Where do we want to go? We need to find a place to farm. Let's go to the Cliffside Mines to the southwest. Scanning. We're clear. Chikomaru says he can't wait for the game to come out on the PlayStation. I'm surprised it didn't come out on the PlayStation basically immediately. You would think the PlayStation would be invested in the mecha genre of all the different consoles, but it came out to Xbox first, which surprises me. You know, B is not that far away. What if we go for B? Nothing on the radar. Lumine knocked out an Aliznes. That doesn't surprise me too much. I feel like Aliznes might have trouble dealing with Lumine. You know, I said I was going to farm enemies in this mission, and we've barely found any enemies to farm. Scanning? All right, this is an enemy camp. This is an enemy camp right over here. Man, I am using the artillery to major effect right here. We are just tearing this area up. And despite it all, I've still not found anything for repairs. I've not found a single repair station. We trashed this area. Not that that's saying too much. There's not particularly noteworthy enemies here, really. So B is up. Oh, there's an extractor. Let's get this Korite. We got to destroy a bunch of Korite extractors. Got it. There's another one over here. We need 2 more. If we destroy this one, we'll just need 1 more. Charging it up. Big shot away. Good. This thing is worth loot. Let's go try and take this thing out. Knocked it out. What do you got for me? Oh, that's kind of cool looking. Looks important. A heavy howitzer. What the hell is that thing? That thing is kind of big. Not as sturdy as I thought it looked. I need to get rid of these. These turrets that have the energy beams are piercing my armor and like chipping me out. Scanning. There's the boss. Let's go deal with the boss real fast. Okay, we got the boss. That was the Tigris Mark III. Interesting. We need to find another... let's go south. What we need to do is find one more of those Corite extractors, and then no matter what happens, we'll have our secondary objective done.
Incoming Corite pulse storm. Steer clear.
What would be really nice is if we could find... oh, I'm using the stupid howitzer. What am I farming for? Knowledge.
Combat zone.
Hey, I'm just learning how to play the game mode for the most part. Use the radar to extend the range of my shot there. Alright, that gets rid of those pesky guys. Oh, we got more pesky guys. Just when you thought you were done with pesky guys. Okay, let's see where we're going. We are at the Stone Bay base scanning.
Not ready.
Lots of minor enemies here, nothing too much to write home about. We do need to get another, I don't want to target you. Okay, he's in the way. Charging up the big shot. Looks like a thicker target there. Looks like that guy wants the big shot too.
You are leaving the combat zone.
All right, let's see. Oh, they brought a boss in. Let's take this guy out. We're almost up to 1,000 points. I mean, we'll get some mission. Even if I get shot down, I'll get some mission tokens. Let's use the big shot here to clear those cargo crates. What do you have? You have a weird hammer thingy. This is better than the other thing, so we'll swap that out. What do my abilities do? Hold on, let me look through this loot real fast. So my first weapon is the energy autocannon. It has 3 charge settings. The basic shot is just, you know, some shots. The first level of charge uses twice as much ammo, but it just does more damage, and you start to get a little bit of armor penetration. The third charge uses 4 ammo instead of 1. And it has an area of effect explosion. It hits pretty hard, and it has a healthy amount of armor penetration. So even if you're at full armor, you'll notice the loss. You'll notice the chunk. Here's a Tricera. Does he have an if he doesn't have an alternate weapon to use on me, he's in trouble. That might not have been a player. Yeah, he doesn't have an alternate weapon. So this guy's might be. Oh. There might is a Aquila behind us. But what he does is he has a radar jammer. Which, let's just get in here. I want to fight these guys because, like, we haven't had a fair fight in a while. So I just want to get in here and fight these guys. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get in here and we're going to fight that Aquila. Seven seconds and we'll be able to get this guy. All right, let's go fight this Aquila. This'll be like a little more of a duel. It doesn't look like he has a unique weapon either, so first thing I'm gonna do is there he is right there. Using my radar jammer now, so he can't target me. I'm scrambling his IFF. Taking cover real fast. Extending my range on him. Got him.
Enemy down.
Let's get him out of here.
I truly feel pity for you.
And then I'll just take all of his stuff. I really hate the snipers in this mode. Like, I will go out of my way to take snipers out. The fucking, like, sniping cowards. What does this do? What is this? Oh, this is my cargo. I don't know. I'll just click down the list. I don't know what I want and what I don't want. That was a really fast battle, so it was kind of hard to explain what my striker does. But what I did was I jammed his... The other thing is, so I'm going to activate one right now. Like, it's kind of hard to tell what they do because they're not really, like, flashy. That scrambles... Basically, it's a radar jammer. He can't... His FCS fails him when I have it active. I can shoot a cable out, and when I hit them with the cable, it switches their IFF, so I will appear as a friendly to him, and that means he won't be able to use his targeting on me. He'll have to manually shoot me. And my third ability gives me... I'll use it right now. It extends my radar range, and so I detected those guys through walls. It lets me detect people through walls, and also it lets me shoot at a farther distance, too. Like, right here, I'm out of range. When I turn that on, I'm not out of range. Just like that. Oh, and then I also have my artillery. So this is like an artillery barrage. It comes from above, as you can see, so it's much harder to escape from. I can charge it up, and when I charge it up, it comes slower, but then it does like a mega blast. The blast is mainly good against people who don't like to move, so if you're like a Tricera and you're like locked down, it tends to be better there. And then it is a light striker, so I'm pretty quick as well. Let's go inside. There's usually a lot of enemies inside. I just want to kill some enemies, because even if we don't extract, I want to make sure I have some... You know, I want to make sure I have mission points, because the mission points are converted into... Oh, there's a Korite storm here. Never mind. I'm capping about that idea. Well, we're going to fight for the last location. Oh, it's Tricera. Nah, I won't shoot him. I'll let him get there. So the reason I don't want to shoot him is because he's not a humongous threat to me, but he'll be a really good distraction for other people. Now, I could underestimate him, and then maybe he blasts me with his, like, main cannon or something, but I feel like he could actually serve as a distraction because he's so hard to kill. And I might be able to take advantage of that. Because, like, my striker does not want to be the center of attention. I can handle being the center of attention in a one-on-one duel decently, but not, like, I don't want the whole team on me. Oh, here's the last Korite extractors we need. Yeah, let's destroy these. There we go. I finally completed a mission. Got it. Those are worth a good bit, too. They're worth like 15 points. I should probably just destroy them because they're worth 15 points. This building is kind of cool looking. Very round. Kind of reminds me of the Sydney Opera House. All right, let's get closer to E. Scanning. Nothing. Now, you don't want to leave your scanner on too long, because if you leave it on, it has a really lengthy cooldown. You only want to use it as much as is necessary. That's probably one of the harder things to get used to, is flicking your abilities on and off. Scanning. 2 strikers detected. There's like a whole bunch of people fighting there. And I don't know why. Calling in the big artillery. Scanning. So he backed off. This area is really exposed. I don't like that. This is a great spot for snipers. This is very friendly to snipers. The terrain does not have a lot of cover. Scanning. Detected something. Scanning. That Tricera is still there. I kind of want to support that Tricera, to be honest. Like, as long as that Tricera is there, he's going to kind of, like, cock block people into... Oh, God. The Pulse Storm is right here. Scanning. Oh, the party's getting big now. Wait, let's go look for that, where is he? There he is. Scanning. There he is. So he's inside that wreckage over there. 10 seconds, and it's going to be the first person to do it. Bombarding the location. Someone's going to get it while I'm trying to stop them. I can already tell. Scanning. Oh, he felt that shot. I'm basically just guarding it right now. Scanning. I don't have the... I really need to hit him with the IFF jammer. There we go. He can't do anything for a moment. Damn it, my IFF jammer wore off. We needed full condition to do that. If we had full condition, we might have been able to do that. What we needed was like we needed full HP for that fight, but unfortunately we only had like, because like then my ability would have recharged and I would have had more time to deal with them. We did do that at least, so we got away with that. We got about 100 tokens. Let me see what I get for like the full results. About 200 tokens. That's really not good for 30 minutes. So I think that is pretty good for our experience in Mashmak. So overall, my opinion about Mashmak is I think it isn't very fun overall. And the reason it's not very fun, I'll go back to my graph, is because of this graph. For over here, we've got fun on the left-hand side, and then we've got time. The mission time for a full game is about 35 minutes, and what you're looking at is it's really boring when you're just fighting the PvE. It's not very fun. Then, yes, you know, you can have some pretty cool duels with the PvP. The problem is that the duels, they can be extremely one-sided. You can just get swept aside, and you're like, oh, well, I guess I'm screwed. Or sometimes you just swoop in and kill them, and that's not very fun either. Like, I'm not looking for an easy victory. Like, I want to actually have, like, a fight. Like that time we swooped in on that Inferno and just killed him. I didn't enjoy that either. Like, I didn't find that to be fun. So then you fight each other, one of you dies, or you back off, and then it goes back to the really boring PvE part of the game, where you're just like traveling around the map, you're just looking for something to do. It's just not very fun. Then you'll have like kind of like one of these, you're at like 50% armor, so you're like, oh god, you know, do I fight, do I not fight? There's a little skirmish here and there, and then, you know, you just go back to that, and then finally you try to extract, and sure, the battle at the extraction can be fun, but the thing is, at the end of the day, you're looking at like a 35-minute experience with a lot of these low points. Most of the time, it's boring. Like, that's kind of how I feel about Mashmak overall. I kind of just don't see myself playing this game mode very often for the reason that it's just not very fun overall. So like, I've invested 2 hours into it, and we've had like an interesting duel periodically where I'm like, oh, it's kind of cool. But overall, I'm walking away with barely any resources. We didn't bring anything home. None of the battles were like really, really enjoyable. I would have had way more fun if I was playing Operation Verge. I mean, like I said, you know, will I try Mashmak again? Sure. But my opinion of it is that it's just boring. Like, I'm just thinking in my head when I'm traveling around, like, God, this sure is fun. I'm traveling around for like 5 minutes straight. But that's what I think overall. I'm sure some people really enjoy the extraction shooter genre. So far, I don't. Like, I just think there's not enough action. And then when you do get action, you're not really going to get a fair fight. So you'll either get killed easily, and that's not very satisfying, or you'll kill them easily, and that's not very satisfying. And occasionally you will have like a very intense duel or a very chaotic brawl. But overall, I think that you would have way more consistent fun in Operation Verge, which is like a much more, I would say, a well-balanced game mode. Whereas I don't think the strikers are nearly as well-balanced for Operation Storm from Mashmak. You know, it's basically dominated by snipers. It's just dominated by cloaking units, by sniping units, and it's just not, I just don't think it's very fun. Like, that's what I think so far. I will try it again. I will try Mashmak periodically, but overall, very skeptical of the game mode. But let me go ahead and leave you guys with the schedule. This should be the end of the week, so I believe I will take Sunday off. We have been streaming basically every day. Yep, today's the 5th. So Sunday I probably won't stream. I want to have at least one day to myself, and then Monday onwards we'll probably be back, and I'll probably be focusing on skill grinding. We'll have a big contract stream. There's going to be a big stream for grinding out the contracts, because the contracts. Let me see when the contracts are up. Contracts should respawn soon. So 2 days from now. So 1.5 days. So tomorrow will be the last day, and then so it looks like it resets on Monday. That's perfect. So I get 1 day off to kind of rest and recover, and then we will hit the contracts really hard. We will do Mashmak to complete our weekly Mashmak rewards. Like over here, you need to get a certain amount of points, and then you'll get 1,200 mission tokens, double if you have the season pass. I do have the season pass, so I'll get 24,000 mission tokens for that. And, yeah, pretty good overall. Anyways, let me get the last thing I'm going to do is get a link. This is a link to the Discord if you'd like to fly with me in Mecha Break. join and comment in my Discord, and I do play with people in my own community. But until next time, thanks for being such a great audience. This is the Fox, commander of Ronin Fox Armored Security, dipping out. So deuces, everyone, and remember that you don't have to be good to get good.